Alright, starting stream, should be live momentarily. Okay, hello everybody. Sorry for the short notice that we're actually streaming. Golden Garo is in the chat. Probably only Golden Garo will be in the chat today, because we're streaming on a Thursday when we normally stream Fridays. Simple reason for that, we were going to go out to do stuff today as our free day, and then it started to storm, or showcased that it was going to storm. We were going to head to Chicago to help John hunt for a car. We can't really do that when it's all being wintry. So since it's supposed to be nicer tomorrow, we figured we'll go do that tomorrow and just shift our weekly stream to today instead of skipping another week. Because I'm tired of skipping weeks, and we're definitely going to be skipping next week and doing something else because Christmas related, and you know, don't want to do a story game heavy stream on a week where people are not going to be around. For understandable reasons. Be with your family on Christmas, and we'll do something silly and fun. Like maybe Mario Kart or Dragon's Crown or something. You know, something non-committal.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I can use the bird to quick travel.
Twas the Mario Party before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, except for the family that started fighting amongst themselves.
Oh gosh, is there a Mario Party game for the Switch? No, of course there's a Mario Party game for the Switch.
Yeah.
Do we have that? Do we want to
I think we do.
that?
I think we do have that, and I do want to play that because they would be funny.
Because you get uber competitive with Mario multiplayer games.
Here's the thing. I only get competitive because, like, I'm not good at sports, and games are like the one dominion I have some degree of.
Yeah, this is the Mad Woman in Mario Kart. Well, we should do that for fun.
Yeah.
Like, swap between those.
It's all fun and games until Alexa gets getting blue shelled in the butt. And
here I am just on the side winning by just not even trying to compete. Oh, so now you guys haven't seen Beat Break yet, but they just announced that they're dubbing it within the last half hour. That's nice. I know the Adventure Reboot and Ghost Game series got dubs eventually. Just by the time they did, they were so out of step with what people were paying attention to that it didn't get the attention it should have. But whoever's dubbing it being on top of Beat Break, that'll do numbers for that one. Hopefully, I've not seen anything of Beat Break. Hopefully it's good for people who are enjoying it.
From what I've been hearing, it's solid. Like, it's taking a little bit of its time getting to places, but it's going to places.
Yeah, it's like the last few Digimon series, well, obviously people were negative about Adventure because reboot after the disaster that was the movie extensions for Adventure. But Ghost Game, I remember people being very positive on early on and then souring because it took so long to do stuff. And the dub is in a niche streaming site and region locked. Of course, there would be a complication. I mean, it's not like Crunchyroll would permit that to be accessible. But then again, fuck Crunchyroll these days. Because it's being run by Funimation's hacks and worse personalities that were previously kept in check by the fact that they got stuff distributed to them.
Fan666, I'm not sure if my hopes are getting lied to, but we may be getting all the Tales games translated at the anniversary trailer that was released, is to be believed. And yes, so for those unaware, the Tales of series experienced its 30th anniversary, and next year we're getting Tales of Berseria remastered. But what started as just a remastering of Xillia, or Tales of Graces F, Xillia, and now Berseria.
Don't forget Symphonia. People can forget that Symphonia disaster.
Right, but that was like prior to the specific remastered branding. like, basically, the people in charge of the Tales of series, they do want to, like, remaster the much older titles and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
honestly, as for anything that has DLC content, that's the sticking point for a lot of this. They just need to include the DLC content. Yes, if it was licensed stuff before from other stuff, most of that is stuff Bandai also owns all the IP rights to. There's no rights conflicts, there's no payouts, Bandai owns it.
So now we're basically caught in the middle. Like, Upper Brass wants us to take out Aegiomon, but we're like, hey, he's our little buddy GoPro.
Or he's the key to stopping all this.
Mm-hmm.
So if you kill him, you make things worse, which is usually how these sorts of stories go.
Oh, Lucky Lizard at 32. Berseria is peak. Velvet is best lead. For the Tales of series, yes.
Yeah, there was a Tales of the Rays crossover where Velvet met Adelie from .hack.gu, because Adelie and Heseo were included as guest characters in that game.
And Adelie and Velvet became besties, and Adelie started talking to Velvet about birds, and it's like, Adelie, do you just have a knack for adopting goth people or something like that? Do you...
Moody people.
Yeah, moody people. Like, it was kind of adorable.
Yeah, and they were both included because their voice actors Ayako Kawasumi and Takahiro Sakurai had voice characters in Tales before, and since all IPs are owned by Bandai, that's an easy get. Also, if anyone plays Berseria, I highly recommend playing it with the Japanese audio, because then you get Mikoto Misaka and Calvin Kozuki teaming up.
Which is amazing. Hard. Hello, Dex and Lexi. I wasn't expecting the stream, but I am here now.
Yeah, like I said earlier, we plan to go hunting for cars for John today, but a storm is coming in, and I don't want to try driving through Chicago while when we're in a snowstorm again. 3 times was enough. And it's like, yeah, I'm not counting driving through a snowstorm when I live there. It's trying to commute back and forth through there and doing other stuff related to that, with long drives through snow that can like double or triple the length of a drive. It's like, no, I'm not doing that again. We'll plan around it. So yeah, we swapped our stream date to today, just to avoid that, and we will go for John's car hunt tomorrow. Which works out because there's a Mitsuo Marketplace store in Chicago that is having a Digimon pop-up event start tomorrow. So hopefully we can get the biggerized standard Kaiser Greymon for Lexi to build.
Lexi needs her giant dinosaur sword boy.
And we're also going to be checking out the Gundam Base Chicago that just opened to see if we can't find some things. Like, I'm just looking for the AM Gunner from the P Bandai stuff, because Gundam Base stuff usually has P Bandai stuff. I figure decent chances.
Yep. I'm not sure what I want to get from Gundam Base, but like I think it'll be a case of I'll know it when I see it.
Yeah. Card works for me. Today was my day off. Yep, sometimes things just work out that way.
Yep.
Shinta, in your opinion, why is Berseria fine on its own, but Zestria feels lesser if played on its own with knowledge of Berseria? Why does Zestria just feel lacking and can't explain it well? I have played all of 2 Tales games. I am a poor judge of that. Alexis has played more Tales games than me.
I haven't played Zestria myself, but from my understanding, I think Berseria came before Zestria, but I don't know. I think there was some, like, Berseria just had, like, a special...
I know they share setting elements, but it's like, was there different writers, had enough time time passed.
I would need to play this area myself to make an accurate assessment of that statement. It's something I've heard echoed from other people, but I don't like... When it comes to games that can be 50-50 and stuff, I like to try to experience it myself to some degree to...
Like, I could probably pin it down if I played both games, it's just I haven't.
What happened to the factorial area?
I think it got turned into a rave, which, considering Volcanismon's booth kind of looks like a DJ desk.
Yeah.
Oh, he's missing. Ooh, I can make this now.
But I think this area just works because it had that special sauce. Like, it was like...
Oh, I should have made Miracles instead of Destiny, damn it.
Way to go, man.
I just need it. Oh, I just need one more Digijewel.
Yeah.
Where do I get Digijewels? What can I make them?
But yeah, like, Rina Sato as Velvet is like... She freaking nails that performance. Like... Desmond Malone, I play a lot of older Tales of titles that are in my local game store while currently still aren't done with the newer ones.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, I really do hope they remastered, like, the old Tales titles. I'm not talking about the ones from the PS3 era. I'm talking, like, PS2, like...
Yeah. You find Digijewels as random pickups. Yes, I figured. It's just, like, there should be some place to buy craft items. Like, the... random pickups are truly random pickups.
Yeah, apparently, Lucky Lizard, I say English for Velvet did a good job too. Yeah, the English dub had Christina V as Velvet, and that still works. Like, don't get me wrong, she's a great voice actor. It's just, you can't tell me that Rina Sato and Amiko Shimizu are in the same game together and expect me not to play with it.
Yeah. It's like, I don't hate Christina V at all. It's just, her roles tend to blur together a bit. Because she can be all over the place. And I don't mean all over equality, I mean she is kind of everywhere. And yet it doesn't feel like she has a definitive role.
Oh, he's the tyrant. So, the factorial area became a fight club.
Yeah, run by a little robot insect dude.
The bears! Aww.
Why do I have the sneaking suspicion Little Bearmon has a gun? Card, I have a friend who's like that even with a good dub for the Japanese voice cast. It depends. Like, sometimes the dub is just that bad that you have to go with the English cast, or sometimes, like, the dubisms are too intrusive. Because, like, as long as the English dub is faithful and it's got a good cast, I would lean towards the dub normally.
Golden Garo, I hope they remake the two Vita/DS Hearts and Innocence Tales games and finally bring Woes to the West with proper translations. Like, oh yeah, there was also like a bunch of Tales games that just never left Japan for whatever reason.
And a bunch of things stuck on the DS and 3DS that aren't easy to get off the console because of the dual screen use. Oh, great. Little Bearmon probably is fighting in the other arena. I mean, if he's a founder, he has to be fighting in it too.
I'm just a mad Fight Club with bears.
Here, Chris, I'm gonna finally be getting rid of that Crunchyroll subscription in January. I'm surprised you haven't, but like, if you bought like year annual subscriptions, you can still cancel that and use up the time.
But honestly, like, at the end of the day, oh, hey there's Pokemon. How did you get here? Hard. So, who's ready for a tournament hard? Lucky Lizard, you have to bear with this quest agent. You know what, chat? You know what? You're right, Lucky Lizard. Chat, I need you to start making puns.
Great.
Dear Crystal, for some reason Crunchyroll does not have the dub for Railgun S. That's weird.
Yeah, like they should. Because like they own the IP for that, or the distribution rights for that.
Hard, but that sounds Ursinine, Lexi. Ah! That's a new one. You can't escape puns. Like, if puns are a daily part of living, and it's like, to try to escape puns is to like escape oxygen. Pure Crystal, speaking of rail decks, I have a question about the Sisters arc. How come the rest of Judgment never finds about the Misaka clones?
One, Mikoto makes it is very careful about making sure that Kuroko does not learn that she has doppelgangers for Kuroko to potentially farm herself a harem. That's kind of the major bit of it. Two, everybody's distracted by everything else going on in that town. You think Ruriko is ironically the one that's most tapped into everything, but only in the context of, hey, this is a rumor that's going around, but I don't really believe it, as a plot hook. Now they're just busy. Beyond that, they're just busy with stuff. As the tagline for the franchise goes, there's never a dull day in Academy City.
What Sonny wakes up from their daily routine. Oh gosh dang, that Tomo boy's fighting God again. Gosh dang it, Tomo. Hello, small sassy lost child.
Just want to do this real quick, see if I can't, like, speed run that Digijewel farm.
Great. Well done. Well done. Good, good. Well done.
Lucky Lizard, we We have
Good,
to bear. Okay, I'm gonna read it out. We have to bearing watching for loot. No, like it's. I can't believe we
Well
have to
done.
bear
Well
watching
done.
him search for loot.
Well
Like,
done. Great. Well done. Great.
Like what's really funny about the animation that you're for all the attacking is that like Rise Greymon just rolling up to people and it's
Good. Well done.
slapping them with a revolver,
done.
right?
Well done. Good. Good. Great. Good. Well done.
Golden Garo,
Great.
have you seen Mirai shift back to her older form?
Infrequently.
Infrequently, yeah.
Good. Well
I don't
done.
really pay attention
Well
for
done.
it.
Great. Good. Great. Well done. Great.
The irony that I'm probably missing something that's easy to get is just like I kept missing the flags for it because item.
Good.
Like as you guys
Well
just
done.
saw from me going through the map and
Well
rescanning everything,
Great.
I was apparently missing a treasure chest in that area and I could not fucking find it. It's like stuff like that does not stand out well in this game.
Thank you, faceless bartender. Did you want a beat break t-shirt?
I know how to cross promote.
There's like the phrase aura farming, so for some reason my head keeps coming up with the phrase aura farmer Dunbine. And it's just the Dunbine with a farmer's hat on. We're gonna farm that aura in them fields, you hear?
Or they just, the Aura Battlers all just make poses at each other.
Yeah. Alright, time to start the fight.
We welcome anyone who wishes to fight in the Shinjuku Underground Arena.
High-level Kanomon.
Pokemon, yeah.
You got those Gundam hands. Like those Gundam model kit hands.
It's a way for us to find strong Digimon to prepare for the fight against the Titans. Little Bearmon.
Nika Nambaka, Season 1 Ruby background character. To be fair, Season 1 of Ruby was made on an extremely small budget, so they literally couldn't afford to make more character models than for main characters.
Oh, you must mean Grapleomon, a top ranker at this Coliseum.
Little Bearmon became a Grapleomon?
Yep.
If you've got
That's a
something
very
to say to
couple lines.
Grapleomon, you should talk with your fists. Prove you're worth his time.
Explain
That's
me,
the
how did the
rule
bear
in these
become a
circles.
lion?
No complaining if you participate. There's no guarantee you'll make it out alive.
Alright, time to throw hands. Yeah, that's what it is.
All right, we've got you entered.
Tron,
Now, go to the waiting room.
Tron said, hey, he got those Master Grade 3.0 hands.
We kept you waiting long
Of
enough.
course, it'd be Enemon
Fighters
too.
will now enter the arena.
Who are you, mysterious narrator? Apparently, Platinum Sigma is decent. Oh, right, I'm telling this to a bunch of people who are already completed the game. Good for support skills, not for main fighting.
I'm counting on you.
Atomic Inferno!
Alright, let's see what his Bramble Bite and Plant Zone.
Let's do this. Black Stone Cradle!
Rare metal boot!
Let's do this. Bramble Bite!
Great.
Trident Revolver! Oh yeah!
One day I am going to figure out what is actually doing this, because it is so frustrating that the newer computer keeps doing it. And I can't figure out why. Yeah, we already took care of it.
With how many times this has been happening, like, it's gonna start becoming a drinking game.
Yeah. Okay, I just tried. I'm seeing if like the webcams are possibly hijacking that with their own audio drivers, which I then mute those. I tried changing a setting so that the webcam audio is also hooked to my USB mic. See if that will fix it. Because again, it's so frustrating. It keeps doing that. Okay, it better not be a Windows setting thing where it hijacks control settings. Yeah, it might be a Windows hijacking control settings.
HA5's tech issues, the bane of every streamer.
Every streamer. Anyways. But yeah, I swear, Windows 10, my original version of it on my old PC didn't do this. It's just been this one that has been so insufferable about it.
Holly jolly spirit.
Okay, sure. Even every stream with high spec, even streamers with high spec have the one issue they can never resolve, but such the risk to do live and not record in controlled settings. That's the thing. It's frustrating because it never cuts out when I'm doing like offline stuff. It's only ever when I'm streaming.
It's like, yes, we have a story to do, but side quests.
Considered side quests.
Yeah, I mean, side quests, like, those quests are going to complete themselves, and we want to get to mechas as fast as possible. Because I want to go around, we want to go around with giant Mega Digimon and smack Lesser Digimon in the face.
The face?
Or whatever they resemble, whatever... look, all I'm saying is I just want to beat up people with Gallantmon. Is that so hard to... Like...
All I want to do is see you turn into a giant warrior. A giant warrior.
The ultimate warrior. Queen Alley, so anyone want to talk about the Netflix Paramount Warner Brothers Discovery debacle that we're all currently in?
Oh, yes, that. Not really, because it is just a corporate crapshoot of the highest tier. Like, I can't believe we're aiming for Netflix to win because the Paramount side of that is absolute bullshit. And it looks like Warner is not accepting the Paramount deal at the moment. That could, of course, change because who knows what BS might happen there. It's like Warner keeps getting trashed.
Can't believe we're in New Jersey right now. Queen Natalie, I wonder what a battle between Gallantmon and Emperor Greymon would be like. Now
Wild.
that would be something. Beyond the Tim.
Oh, no, wait. That's the wrong mission.
Yep.
Ready.
Oh, we have to use a flight service, I guess? Or no?
Have to go the long way around.
Of course.
Couldn't just jump down, no.
No, we can't be cool about it. We have to be taking the long way around.
Great.
What did that little flower Digimon ever do to you?
Good.
Oh no, you see, we're killing them to
good.
loot their corpses so we can pay the
Ready to go.
Vine's transport service.
Whip it.
Oh yeah!
Please.
Tailspin of light!
Tron, I often found that Digifuel in the sewer area of Central Town when grinding, they don't sell it anymore, so it's basically RNG.
Yeah, which is terrible because if you're gonna have a random drop items, you need to actually have areas where they be selected for random drops. And yes, good idea. I do need the...
There's like a luck-based USB drive that
Yeah.
one of those type thingies.
Item drop rate 10%. I have that on somebody already.
I think it's on Talbot, I want to say. Queen Alley, so to ask a question, do we know who the new Gavin head writer is? Also,
No, we do not.
yeah. Oh, and they're also saying, Space Sheriff Gavon is on that free 2B servers, which, hey, that's cool.
Yeah, it's the, it's on, it's the, not Shopper, Discotheque dub. Or sub, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, just leave it on Aegeomon since he's a permanent party member.
Yep. Watch out, kiwis!
Ready to go.
There be kiwis in them trees. Everybody knows that kiwis are the most deadliest birds of all.
Neither of these are swappable.
Please.
Penetra laser!
Blur.
Asian Fights, hey, does have since the clips recently, I might finally watch GoGo 5. Who has the best subs? That's the loaded question because GoGo 5 is another series where it has no good translations, including the Shout Factory one. Ironically, the Shout Factory one is the best, but the terminology used is widely inconsistent, and they completely screw up any BGM, anything that. Any insert themes, they don't do the song translations correctly. Like, they don't put it in a separate line, they have it subbed in. They're either doing a line for the show, or they're doing the insert theme. They can't do them both at the same time, so they keep desyncing. It's pretty terrible. It's like, this is base level stuff for any fan subber to get right that they could not do with that set, and ironically, it is probably one of their better sets.
I'm sorry.
Imagination Station's translation, no, straight out bad.
Like you
So it's like, I will recommend the Shout Factory set as the best translation with a lot of asterisks to it because of all the mistakes that are made there, and that our base level fan subber will not do those mistakes. The Imagination Station one is only worse because they did not translate it with transcripts. Then Imagination Station just in general was a pretty poor
Ready to
translation.
go.
The Grouchmon.
Let's do this. Bramble bite!
Itchy Face, oh I hate that when they sub a song but put it where the characters are talking. You can have multiple lines of dialogue in the same subtitle text, they just don't for some reason. It's like there's no reason they can't, because that was something anime series figured out how to do in the 2000s. There's no reason for them to be 20 years... At this point, still, 20 years behind the curve on even basic translation.
Here goes! Trident Revolver! Here goes! Atomic Inferno!
Random fact today, from Card, kiwis are cousins to cassowaries, emus, rayas, and ostriches. Don't mess with the cassowary, they will end you.
Crimson Wave of the Beast King!
And then God said, what if we had a pissed off murder chicken?
Bramble bite!
that Quake was mid at best. Golden Garo, have we ever played a Katamari game? Nope.
You're the best.
All I know is na 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 Katamari. That's like the extent of my knowledge.
Oh yeah!
Kaiju turkeys.
Crimson Wave of the Beast King!
Let's do this. Bramble bite!
You will be eaten by the Force eventually. We're gonna complete this story chapter, and then Aegeomon's gonna get his like mid-season upgrade driver.
Here goes! Trident Revolver!
Oh yeah!
Okay, apparently the digital spawn more commonly later on.
That kind of makes sense.
Good, good.
Yes, where is nearby though?
Good, good.
Like, it would be helpful if Digiscan helped show those things up on a map.
Right, you'd think.
Like, just something to help identify where something is when it tells you where it's nearby. Like, yeah, I know, yeah, it's intended to be, you look around when you're doing that, but then you don't have any markers if it's just out of sight. Or an idea of distance.
Well done.
We're going Gabu?
I was doing something with this, I forget exactly what. He's such hot garbage that can already become Garbage-Mon.
Yeah.
That was the thing. I'll train them later.
Yeah, polar bears become angels.
Ready to go.
What's a bunch of Digimon gonna do?
Super stinky jet!
Poisons, apparently.
The poison. The poison for
Let's
us?
go Cradle!
Earth poison?
Great.
Black Century King's finally in the chat.
Hi. Oh yeah, the Vicks spray for like medication, those are awful. I get that.
I love how where Garurumon or like has pants. Alright, we need this wolf Digimon to evolve. What are we gonna do?
Give him pants.
Like, is he walking in all fours or no, he's gonna be standing on 2 legs. So we're creating furry paint.
He's a werewolf, but instead of going more wolf, he'll be more man.
A man wolf.
Good, good.
Hey!
A man wolf that just wants a man witch.
My man witch!
Well done.
I just stabbed a Meg in the back and it instantly died.
Do it. Preparations complete.
Queen Annalie, I hate to ask a question. There's some people in the fandom saying there should be more Royal Knights, essentially. Make it even with Arthur's actual knights. Do you think there should be more Royal Knights?
I thought Arthur had 13 knights, and the Royal Knights already are numbered 13, because whenever anybody does a Royal Knights thing in Illusion to Arthur, they have 13. Like, that's the round from Final Fantasy. Yeah, I think, considering how much the Royal Knights got front-loaded in the lore, and then they just kept focusing on them, I think we've done enough with the Royal Knights.
Can't believe War Growlmon's part of the Titans.
Ready to launch.
Get brambled.
Bramble bite.
Ow!
Black Century, today was the last day of my work experience as a school custodian. The school doesn't have the budget to keep me. Luckily, I got a call back for a second interview with Aldi's. Well, I hope that pans out for you. Like Lizard, plus 13 is already too much, and the extra be just background decor. Plus, we keep forgetting a bunch of the Royal Knights to begin with. Because there's like ones like Jessmon and not Hackmon, but his trainer that people never remember.
Here comes Crimson Wave of the Beast King!
It's hard. Honestly, I'm looking forward to what Shambhala has to offer.
Great.
Hopefully with 90% less Fikmananana. It is a reference to the Full Metal Alchemist movie Conqueror of Shambhala. Genkumon, yeah, he's so underutilized that I completely forgot his name.
Alright.
It's like, you remember the ones that were partner Digimon, and that's it.
You got it. Ready to go.
Dragon's Revolver! This can't be.
You just shot a bug.
Oh yeah!
I'm gonna defeat you with the power of love, friendship, and this gun on my arm.
Why the gun on
Much
your arm?
appreciated.
You know what?
Everyone.
Because the gun on the arm is cool. Have you not heard the legends of Ashley Williams?
Great. Good, good.
That'll be an easy Rosemon eventually. Yeah, stupid easy.
HA5s, I mostly remember Gankumon because he was Seiji Takaiwa in Cyber Sleuth, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Wait, what?
Good.
I mean, it's been many years since we played Cyber Sleuth, so I'm forgetting specifically what that was, or...
Good. You got it. Preparations complete.
Let's do this. Bramble bite!
Oh no, that was Tetsuki Nada.
Ah,
But Tetsuki Nada voicing Gankumon, that...
yeah, fair.
Great.
Yeah.
But granted, Tetsuya Nada has more rules that associate him with other things. So that's what you're not going to remember as much.
Man, Tetsuya Nada has just...
Alright, that's the other quest I gotta do after I finish this.
Yeah, so it kind of worked out this way then.
Yeah, I really should have remembered we had side quests when we started the stream instead of having to backtrack for this.
But, hey, we're getting to him. It's all good. Little bro! Thank you, land narwhals. You alright?
Yeah, I just got a fake PayPal email like you got before. The whole wrong claims it's at PayPal.com and its email address, and then you look further and it's like, no wait, this is a scam email. It's gonna redirect you to somewhere else. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
Because after your scam thing several years ago, I've been very paranoid about anything PayPal related because of that.
You got friendship. Black Century King. Before I forget, I recently started rewatching Transformers Armada due to a lot of videos talking about Armada Starscream.
Yeah, because Armada Starscream is great. It's like, it's not the conniving schemer in the background, but it's legally distinct Starscream. The best kind of distinct Starscream. Plus, it's like, over time, you actually legitimately feel bad for him. Because if you follow the full Unicron trilogy timeline, he gets mind screwed in Energon, and then he goes full classic schemer to take control of everything Starscream by Galaxy Force / Cybertron. So it's like, you get the classic depiction eventually, but it derails it entirely from what he once was. Thanks to, you know, the mind screw. We could have had a nice new take on Starscream and Earthspark, but oof. Yeah, they apparently weren't allowed to do what they originally set up there. Black Saber King also took me this long to realize that the character Star Saber got downgraded to being a weapon for others to use. First 3 minicons united in Prime and sword built by the Primes. That started out as name reuse, and then when the Aligned continuity came around, they saw the Star Saber weapon and decided to co-opt that from there. And basically, standard Star Saber, matching the G1 stuff, then became consistently Wing Saber for their rename, starting from Transformers Energon, where Wing Saber, that combined with Optimus in that series, was based off of, at least aesthetically, from Star Saber from G1. Transformers Victory G1. Transformers loves reuse names, but now have to associate with lore, although Star Saber is kind of a common name to come up with. It was the early 90s, late 80s when they first used it that way, yeah.
All I'm saying, Optimus Prime needs to be a super robot again.
AJ Fast, yeah, I've heard a lot about Earthspark recently fell off after season 1 because it just wasn't for me, but I feel bad for the fans. Transformers fans keep saying they want something different, and then when they get something different, they hate it. That doesn't say that they hate anything that's different, it's just like, the different they want is different, is distinctly different, in not necessarily good ways, from what they actually asked for. So it's like, fans aren't happy with anything outside of their expectations, and the creators just don't know what to provide to make people happy.
Like, honestly, I think instead of trying to make something that makes people happy, they should try to do the best job to make the thing that they want to see, and then, like, have other people deal with it.
Like, the way I understand it is, a lot of Transformers fans keep asking, can you focus less on G1 stuff? And they said, well, let's remix. Hasbro kept saying, let's remix more G1 stuff. And it's like, no.
Like, that I can understand because, like, G1 is G1, but there are other corners of the Transformers universe that you could remix and, like, explore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, not everything is G1. Bradley Harris, trying to make everyone happy usually ends up with nobody being happy.
Yeah. And all anomaly points used.
Only 600 more to go.
We're gonna be here a while.
Let me have my Gallantmon game.
Yeah, it's also what I've heard about the Hasbro offices is there are so few people there who want anything other than G1 to the point that it's difficult to get traction on any more original or distinct ideas. Thus, even when they have something new and distinct they want to do, it's not allowed to hit the ground running.
Queen Adelie, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has the same problem. They say they want something different, something new, but when they get something new and different, the fans react badly.
Mm-hmm. We have a few short-lived live shows, but those are like for little kids. Yeah, they don't. That's another thing that has with problem. They struggle to create a good all-audience range thing, and even though most of their earnings come from like all-age collectors, not just the little kid demographics. Because there have been people who have been collecting Transformers for 40 years.
Hey, Justice, we don't watch Amazing Digital Circus.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a
Much
web series on
appreciated.
YouTube.
Everyone.
A lot of people really like it, and it's apparently animated very well.
I have never heard of it.
I have.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm a weirdo girl who likes to keep our eyes and ears peeled for like any incoming information.
Desmond Malone, it's like, I try, I follow your feeds. It's like, Desmond Malone, it's like the UC timeline from Gundam. The UC timeline for Gundam is that it's a self-destructive timeline due to Tomino's bullshit, and anytime they try to do more with it, they don't get rid of the fundamental problems to actually redeem it to anything. So it's caustic and self-destructive on its base. Whereas a lot of the other problems is they keep trying to ape stuff that is distinctly different from its, They keep trying to ape successes of other stuff while not really understanding why they succeeded, so they do the wrong things that people hated over and over again. It's more like Gundam Age versus UC Gundam. Because, Gundam Age was trying to, do UC, Gundam again, not realizing that they had already had that sort of reboot with Gundam Seed, and then they, did the Gundam Seed Remaster project at the same time as Gundam Age, which made Age's, shortcomings as a UC modernization all the more jarring and aware because C did better storytelling a decade before it.
Hey, Tiger Vespa mod.
Ready to launch.
Oh, a defense cutter.
Let's do this. Bramble bite!
Tron, Agent. Well, if it isn't the consequences of my actions. Card, the bees are back, and they want the salty run back.
Bees, my god.
Some sort of deadly bee-type Gundam.
Oh yeah!
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air.
Crimson Wave of the Beast King!
Let's do this. Bramble bite!
Got the bees!
Great.
I'm just reminded that one video you showed me was Dr. Bees.
Excellent!
What you need is more bees!
Here comes Trident Revolver! Oh yeah!
Remember being a mega actually meant a thing?
You're a mega, she's a mega, they're a mega. Are there any megas I need to know about? Well, be my ally. Alright, let's go talk to the talking ninja ostrich.
Mega Plus in the corner, where...
Moral of the story is that bees can wield lightsabers, and this is why we must exterminate them. We cannot let them have this power. We're just gonna have a few drinks with Bacchusmon and then do the Hangover Digimon.
F91 was based on the base of Gundam is kind of is upon a Vespa. The fact that the F91 is a mass production unit, like an actual mass production unit, is actually pretty cool.
I like the F91.
Yeah.
Like, I legitimately can't think of anything wrong to say about the F91, especially like the limiter override thing where it like starts, you know, moving so fast it's
it's shaving its armor.
Yeah, and it's creating after images. Like that's sick.
Yeah, no complaints.
Also, hot take, I think F91's better than Char's Counterattack. I know there are some Gundam fans that don't think that way, but I legitimately think that it's the case.
Yeah, again, in time context, the only reason F91 didn't get an actual series instead of just the pilot episode and kind of conclusion to the storyline to resolve things is because people were tapped out of Universal Century Gundam. They were just exhausted with it. It wasn't that what was shown was bad, it just had seemed too much like what had already been done and people were tired of. Finale, I do wish Tamers would have had the entire cast Battle instead of just our three mains and the other crossover characters. The thing about that, and it's always important to put that in context, is like, no one more than Takado, Rika, and Henry were originally going to get Digimon partners. Everyone else just got added in over time. Because that's how the story naturally felt, but it was always supposed to be revolving around those three, and then Toei stepped in to add Rio.
Hey, who loves Rio? You know, Rio, our buddy!
So honestly, the more naturalistic version of the storyline is actually the manhwa version of Tamers, where Rio isn't a thing. The other secondary characters still get their Digimon. Oh yeah, Beelzemon was always going to go Mega as well, but everybody else, like, they're not harmful for that. That was not the plan for them to get Digimon. It makes sense they didn't get to go Mega.
Card, I love the Crossbone Gundam's design so much. Why?
Yes, I'd like to hear you discuss the Seed animes because I hear it's a very polarizing entry. I have discussed the Seed entries. They were quite thoroughly discussed on my views on them in the Super Robot Wars V videos, and to a lesser extent, a bit of the Code Geass stuff, where the largest basis for the discourse is people legitimately misunderstanding Seed, and it not actually doing the Jesus Yamato thing. It's Kira discovering his abilities, without having to hide them, in homage to Luke Skywalker, because Shiaki Murasawa and Mitsuo Fukada are huge Western sci-fi fans. You put it in the Western sci-fi influence spectrum of Star Wars and Star Trek, and Seed clicks a lot more as a series which homages Universal Century, but zigs where the failings of Universal Century, the ones that were known at the time, zagged. the bigger discourse on people disliking Kira is thinking that Athrun was correct when no, it was definitively proven that he was not. Him being more emotional than other protagonists, which is a basic fucking lie because Amuro was a much more hostile individual, to put it simply, and the only big difference is Kira is more visibly emotional than some of the other ones where their emotional range is stoic, jaded, broken, or angry instead of, you know, hey, I feel a full range of emotions. Granted, people didn't like the super special awesome stuff about the Ultimate Coordinator stuff. That is debatably a mistake, but it goes to the angle of you are not what you were created to be. You get to decide who you are. You get to determine what you do with your life. You are not a product of what your parents made you. Which is a message that keeps getting lost because people don't have media literacy element. People in the West keep having issues with understanding any level of media literacy. And then there's the problems with Seed Destiny, which are all founded from, one, Shin Asuka is an allegorical counterpart to Anakin Skywalker's arc from the prequel movies, because, again, Western sci-fi influences and Fukada and Murasawa loving those series. And also Chiaki Murasawa getting sick early in Gundam Seed's development, so she had to back away from production and handed over all her notes to other writers to actually take over the bulk of the work. It's also been more recently claimed since Gundam Seed Freedom that she was, amidst her illness, she was also pushed off to write the original drafts of what eventually would become, 20 years later, Gundam Seed Freedom. Because Seed Freedom was, for that long, a completed script locked in a file cabinet at Sunrise. But because she was not the one writing Seed Destiny, it got messy because the replacement writers could not handle that plot arc. So even when it was actually progressing a plot, it was still spinning its wheels trying to do other stuff and not really filling the time meaningfully. It's still not as bad as some of the worst Gundam series out there, but it's definitely on that threshold placeholder like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 1 of you have to be worse than Seed Destiny to be an actual bad Gundam series. Unfortunately, people didn't catch the Anakin Skywalker Fall from Grace arc that was planned for Shin stuff, so a lot of people who hate on the series excessively think that Shin suffered character assassination and that his perspective on everything was correct, even though he was just lashing out he was lashing out in the anger stage of the cycle of grief. So, you know, he was legitimately too emotional to have an objective perspective, and thus you can't really take his side. It's like citing and excusing everything Sasuke Uchiha did despite him being a literal shithead through most of Naruto. Or people who are huge fans of Katsuki Bakugo pre-character development, even though his pre-character development state is what everybody shits on about the character. And his actual lack of showcased character growth. But yeah, there's more to it than that. But a lot of it is just people really not paying attention to what the series actually do, and shoving in stuff from outside of it to say it compares badly when it's doing something different. Different does not necessarily mean bad, and if you're not engaging with it in good faith and constantly making bad faith arguments about it, which is 90% of the Seed discourse, trust me, I've lived through that the last 20-ish years, it is almost always bad faith arguments when it comes to dissing the Seed series. It's like you just get fed up with it. So people don't engage with it not because the series are bad or have fundamental flaws, but because the haters are so loud with their repeated arguments that have no basis in fact. Or what they have as basis in fact, they blow out of such significant proportions that they mixed anything to mitigate what their actual complaint is. It's like, oh, Kira reprograms the Strike Gundam in moments, even though we just saw 4 other coordinators do that exact thing, and it was the tip-off to Kira himself being a coordinator, not even counting the fact that he was working on the OS as one of his projects for his school without his prior notice that gave him the knowledge to even fucking do that in the first place. Which better justifies his abilities than it being done by 4 grunts out of nowhere who we don't know the capabilities of than the actual tech guy. Or the fact that Amuro basically did the same thing for the RX-78 with even less legitimate framework for it in 1977. No, 1979. Why did I say 77 when 0079 is the entire sub-phrase for that one? You get my point. It's like, Kira is blamed for being able to do things that the other Gundam protagonist just had as base abilities. Without, mind you, any other form of valid justification on the part of the UC protagonist besides coordinator bullshit. Not coordinator, new type psychic bullshit. Because, like, the only legitimate complaint they then have, which even I am a detractor for, is the out-of-place psychic bullshit that comes in Seed, which we would later learn was Yoshiyuki Tomino's influence in him, and that, to a lesser extent, Bandai, in them wanting some form of psychic ability, even though psychic abilities are not a thing that makes sense in the setting because there's no valid grounding for them, or at least at the point when Seed and Seed Destiny were made. That changed with Seed Freedom to retroactively justify that, but you also gotta remember that if that was part of their plan to retroactively justify it, then Seed Freedom needed to be released far earlier than it was to not be that long-standing of a complaint. Which, not on the... It's not a problem... It's not the fault of the Seed development teams, because Sunrise mothballed the movie for that long. But, you know, the series don't exist in a vacuum. The only other legitimate complaint I can think of is the Seed series, which is, again, is not their fault, is the supplementary material storytelling. Because Gundam Seed Astray, the manga, explains a lot of things about Seed and Seed Destiny's plot that are left specifically out of the main anime to be put in the manga. That sort of supplementary material storytelling has been a long-term problem with a bunch of Sunrise series. With Code Geass, it is a problem. With Gundam Witch from Mercury, it is a problem. With Gundam Wing, it is a problem. With Gundam 00, it is there, but everything they put in supplementary material for that stuff is stuff you didn't need to know to understand and enjoy 00. With the other ones, you kind of did need the supplementary material to fill in these little gaps. 2 of them being, for the Seed series at least, Lacus Klein being saved from a Federation assault to then be picked up by the Archangel. That was done by Astray's protagonist. And also, Kira being saved from the wreck of the Strike Gundam after Athrun set the Aegis to blow them both up. Yeah, Kira was about to die, and Seed Astray's protagonist saved him from death to fill how he suddenly got medical attention out of nowhere. No, those were filled in. They just didn't give context to the fact that this happens in a tie-in manga that Western fans had no knowledge of, and even, well, I guess people who were following Gundam in Japan would have known, but ended buying the magazines where the manga was serialized inside of it. But it's not exactly a direct connection. So yeah, there are legitimate complaints one can have with the Seed series. It's just, it's never what's focused on, and what is focused on is always stuff that is taken out of context or has, in context, mitigating factors to them. So, it's why I actually hate the Jesus Yamato thing that goes around, because, oh, he revived from death on his own. No, he got medical attention because of a bystander.
Ready to launch.
Oh, he's this pacifist saint that acts towards nonviolence. Are we watching the same character? Yeah, Kira is admitted to killing a lot of people. He just doesn't like fighting in warfare, which no one really should.
Let's do this.
Especially when it's, like, for such petty reasons.
It's only really until he gets the Freedom Gundam that he's able to actually, like, act upon, like, what he wants to believe in, you know? Like, a Gundam that has, like, funnels and the ability to, like, snipe people's guns out of their hands. And, you know?
Yeah, or the fact that he's a victim of, emotional abuse by Flay, which, yeah, she feels bad for it eventually, but it is something that actually is acknowledged as happening in the show. She manipulates him to keep fighting and killing people because of her father's death, and it's not until later that she realized, oh, hey, I actually like this guy, and I have been absolutely terrible towards him, and she never gets the chance to apologize.
And I think she's a good character.
Yeah, because she has that sort of growth as well as a person where her seeking hatred and revenge completely destroys all of her friendships and relationships, and while she acknowledges it, like, there's that good hint of tragedy there where she's despite wanting to, she's never allowed to make up for it.
Yeah, and it's like, apparently she's more popular. She's also pretty decently popular in Japan, and like, when I first saw Seed with you, like, I was kind of like on the team, no, Flay is a really bad character.
She's a bad person, not a bad character.
But, like, yeah, I was getting to that.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, you already said what I was about to say, so...
Look, no dissing the New York AV dub of the anime, but it just hit a bit better with the original dub, because I'm forgetting her name, but the actress for Flay in the original anime would later go on to play Rarity in My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
Tabitha St. Germain?
Tabitha St. Germain. And it's like, you hear that in the portrayal.
My Little Gundam Friendship is Pony.
Yeah. Granted, Kira's voice actor from the original dub, from the Ocean dub, is also in Friendship is Magic. You see, like, Seed cast members all over that one.
So what does Lacus Klein's cutie mark look like? Who is best Pony? You're looking up forbidden knowledge. Don't look it up, man! You don't need to know!
Diamond Tiara.
Diamond Tiara?
Spoiled Rich and Bon Bon.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
She was one of the Cutie Mark Crusaders?
Yep. Tran, I admit I was on the Seed hate train when I was new to the franchise. After rewatching it with the remaster and actually paying attention, it's my third favorite season after X and 00. Fair. Because another external factor that hampered Seed in the West is it was the fourth series imported. They did Wing first. No, sorry, fifth series. I keep forgetting 8th MS team was in there. So you got Gundam Wing at first, then you got 0079, then you got 8th MS team, then you had G Gundam, and then you had Seed. And mind you, this is major airings, not Adult Swim stuff. Stuff that actually got on Toonami to be properly seen and have a fandom before it. And Gundam 00 reads a lot better if you watched everything in release order, including everything that was an OVA or film. Just to start from Universal Century Gundam, see how Universal Century Gundam progresses, get sick of Universal Century Gundam, then you have the stuff that does its own thing, like G-Wing and X. You see the culmination of everything that kind of messes things up in near the end in Turn A, and then you have something that's an actual reboot that's not trying to not repeat the sins of the past, and that in those contexts, Seed seems like a much fresher breath of air than the American broadcast, where it was 0079, the tournament show, and then a show that's like 0079 again. It compares poorly in that context, but not when you see everything else that's happened.
Listen, all I need to know is Kira Yamato's favorite pony Rainbow Dash?
Kira's original voice actor plays Soren of the Wonderbolts. So,
I mean, Athrun, you gotta understand, Rainbow Dash's best pony. Athrun's like, no, it's Applejack, you fool!
I mean, there was a time where the My Little Pony fandom shipped Rainbow Dash and Soren a lot, so... This is before the popular ships for her became Twilight because of the jock versus nerdy thing, and the show actually did Rainbow cross Applejack shipping.
Which is, I think, top tier.
Rainbow Jack, it's fine. Yeah, and Desmond Malone is Lacus Klein in MLP. Yeah, Chantal Strand, who played Lacus in the original Ocean dub, voices Diamond Tiara, Spoiled Rich, and Bon Bon.
Queen Ally, I still don't understand why Gundam X and Turn A didn't get imported. It's because Bandai of America collapsed.
Yeah, Turn A was about to be imported, and there were plans for Double Zeta and X. No one gets why Double Zeta didn't get imported, because Zeta got a very early import with an alternate dub that wasn't produced by the Ocean Group. But no one has a good idea of why those were skipped outside of being just old series. Golden Garo, he's also Double D from Ed, Edd and Eddy. No, Athrun's original voice actor was Double D. Kira's original voice actor, who also played Mega Man in the Battle Network stuff. I'm forgetting his name. Matt Hill. Yeah, Matt Hill played Single D Ed from Ed, Edd and Eddy. And then the voice actor who also played Eddie has a few cameo appearances in the Seed dubs because all of those were Canadian voice actor group. Those were all Canadian produced voice actor work. Lan was Ambro and Setsuna's voice actor. Brad Swale. Yeah. Lan was Brad Swale and Mega Man was Matt Hill. But I should clarify. Brad Swale replaced Lan's original voice actor after they did the first few episodes. I shouldn't say first few, like first dozen episodes. Usually I'm better at remembering voice actor trivia than this, but I was up at 10 after finishing an 11-hour shift, so I'm running on like 3 hours of sleep right now. Green Island. Also, I wonder what would have happened if Yoshitake Suzuki or Soraya Saga had taken head writer duties for Sea Destiny instead of the people we got. I don't think Yoshitake Suzuki has ever worked for Sunrise, nor has Soraya Saga. It's like, Saga was at that time working on a different game, not Xenosaga, because everything Xenosaga related had just gone down with them, but it's like, it's a mess. It's a mess. Desmond Malone, still find it funny both dub and sub of Amuro is in Double O. And opposing each other, yes. Brad Swale is in every Ocean Group produced Gundam dub if you look him up. He's not just Amuro, he's also Kachiro Rababa Winner from Gundam Wing. And then he's the original voice of Diarca Elsman in the Seed dubs as well. Gongar, okay, I thought you said Kira, and then you mentioned Atherin, and then I got confused. Matt Hill voices Single D Ed in Ed, Ed and Eddie. He also voices Kira. Double D's actor is Atherin. And then Eddie's actor is also supplementary characters throughout the Gundam Seed series in the original Ocean dub.
We've kept you waiting long enough. The fighters will now enter the arena.
Plot twist, we're dual monsters now. A Talmon and a Ravenmon.
Chromon.
Chromon. What is a crony with 3 feet?
Well, it's back to the crows are either divine messengers or traitors to their believed causes thing. So, of course, they got the Shintoist grouping here.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying, why does Chromon have 3 feet?
And now, let's get this
The Legend of the Yatagarasu. I didn't even notice the third foot.
Well, I noticed the third foot, because why do I notice these things?
Yeah, it's positioned where the tail is. I always miss that.
Alright, time to whack things really, really hard.
Blast Cradle!
Talmon got put to sleep.
Heh.
You're the best.
Trident Revolver.
Wow, you just shot that crow dead. And now we're gonna shoot the Talmon dead.
Please.
Get ready. Atomic Blaster.
Talisman of Light!
It's a 3-legged crow, so its tail's actually the third leg. Fair.
Here I go. Ragdoll fire!
Oh dear.
And this is how you solve things peacefully.
With violence.
Exactly. You just gotta whip out your machine gun and then go.
No, not just violence. Ultra violence.
Time for ultra violence.
Plus.
There's just some lines in games where even if it's not 100% accurate to what was said originally, it's also like in character and like it's
Waiting long enough.
like
The
funny.
fighters will now enter the arena.
Funny enough, recently I was thinking about what Digimon would be if they were Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like Omegamon would be a fusion, Jawgrass Digimon would be Exceeds, and Spirits would be Rituals. Spirit and Armor Digimon kind of had that mechanic going for them in a few previous versions of the Digimon card game, so you are not wrong. just like the Digimon card games have never really handled extra deck stuff much. Okay, King Mamimon, Super Starmon, and I think that's King Edamon.
Yeah, it is.
He looks so silly.
They all look
Which
silly.
one, you might be asking? Yes.
And now, let's get this match on!
Ready to launch.
2 datas and a virus, so I think we're good here.
Mad Dog Fire!
Damn, you just shot the king dead.
Not dead enough.
Let's do this. Drop through cradle!
Here goes! Trident Revolver!
Desmond Malone, Digimon was intentional attack.
Atomic Blaster!
Like, it doesn't surprise me that most of the games have chosen to avoid the Digicross mechanic just because of how tedious it can be. But they've not really thought of integrating into just the DNA evolution system.
Hey Justice, hey Des, so with this game, do you think Astalon is a suitable pre-evolve for Beelzemon?
Yeah, that's why we're training them. Right, that's the implicit reason.
Queen Natalie, I do wish they would have had gotten Steve Bloom and as many as the old Digimon cast as they could to voice their old characters in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it never hurts to do that. I'm gonna have to do more elaborate training than that later. That's not the right pose for that. It looks like she's cringing away in fear.
Well, there is a bear, like, dancing behind her.
We've kept you waiting long enough. The fighters will now enter the arena.
Also, the fact that Steve Bloom for a while was in every Digimon dub. Okay, seriously, I freaking love Grappliomon's design.
I know, isn't it sick?
You can never take this one away from me. Like the grinders. The grinders are what sell it.
And now, let's get this match on!
It's like Gear Fighter Dendo up in here.
Ready to launch.
So, funny story. Grappliomon was not invented until long after Gear Fighter Dendo had aired. So it's legitimately plausible that Gear Fighter Dendo influenced the design of Grappliomon.
That is definitely a series that I can't wait for it to be fully subbed because I want to watch that. Since it's a early Fukata work. And also, like, the animation I have seen looks sick as hell.
Especially for an early 2000s anime from Sunrise.
Gravel bite!
Since, you know, they had a terrible time with their transition from traditional animation to digital.
Hey, Shake Buys, you'd make a great mascot for a barbershop.
I'm counting on you.
Tron, Oh no, he's a Leomon. I hope nothing bad's gonna happen to him.
Oh, you have to jinx it now.
Queen Natalie. Oh, okay, yeah, this is probably one of the best Leomon designs. The only one that I would argue tops that is Boncho Leomon.
Yeah. Which he evolves into.
Get lost.
King of this!
Let's do this. Bramble bite!
Okay, spell boost and crit up, so this should do a lot.
Here I go! Talisman of light!
Ow! Yeah, it did! You nearly chalked out most of his health!
Get ready! Atomic Blaster!
Get lost.
The king of this!
Atomic Inferno!
Atomic Inferno! Oh yeah!
You're Bearmon, right? Do you remember us?
Growth hormones are a terrible drug.
Who are you people? Wait a minute. Could it be? I remember now. Humans were a rare sight back then. But what are you doing here?
What about you? Why do you want to be doing something like this now?
Big bro, I'm missing. The Titans attacked Central Town and we got separated. I haven't seen Big Bro since. Some even say my brother's dead. I don't believe that though. Big Bro isn't the only one who's gone missing either. Merukimon's too soft. We should just take our town back already. It was ours to begin with. That's why I'm honing my strength in this Colosseum.
Bro got edgy.
We heard a rumor about your big bro.
He's not missing or imprisoned. He's the person who puts them in the missing camp.
The Digimon that fits my big bro's description is the undisputed champion that rules over a Titan-run arena? A bully who controls people with violence. Big bro, what are you doing, you idiot?
Aww.
We haven't been able to confirm
Also,
anything
notice how
yet,
his
though.
gears are spinning
We
less.
still have to
Yeah.
collect more intel.
You people are the same as Marukimon. I'm tired of being told to wait.
I get it, but that doesn't change the fact it's still just a rumor. Let's go to the Paradise Coliseum together. As his little brother, you might be able to talk to Talisman.
Fine.
I mean, you were going to go there anyways. This is just a better plan of attack. All you have is a plan.
And that does
Attack.
it for that match. Let's
Okay,
head to
but
the
how does a
Paradise
bear become a
Coliseum.
lion?
Well, there's a very simple explanation for that. Digivolution is weird.
Hiroko.
That is the legitimate explanation for that.
Hello? Oh, why haven't you been answering your phone? Don't make me worry like that. I thought maybe you disappeared again and I'd be here waiting another 8 years.
And then you have a kid and things would be really awkward.
Yeah, then you'd be called auntie
There's something I
and...
have to tell you guys.
And then
like,
even
right
more
now.
time passes
Can
and
you come
suddenly
to
it's the
Vision
future.
Square
And why is there a giant
Shinjuku?
woman that just kicked a black hole?
As in now?
Please?
I am
No,
referencing
I'm gonna
Gunbuster
regret it
with
if I
that.
don't tell you
Yeah.
right now. I'm just scared
I'm
you're gonna
saying that
vanish
for
again.
the edification of the chat.
Okay, Hiroko. I understand.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, if you've not seen Gunbuster, watch Gunbuster.
Like, seriously,
Sorry, but this seems
Noriko
really important to
Takia,
her.
like,
I have many
Peak.
preparations of my own.
Probably the best thing Gynax ever
Especially
did.
since it's my big bro we'll be facing. Let's meet back up once we're both done.
Queen Natalie. Alexis,
Okay,
how does a cat become a
sounds like
lady
a plan.
angel? There's a
We
very
can
simple
meet in front of the
explanation for
gate
that.
in Rebellion
Then an
Village.
explosion happens
Well,
outside.
let's go see Haruko.
And before people say
She should be waiting for
Gurren
us at the Vision
technically
Square
that
with
was
Higashi
them,
Shinjuku.
but only in the sense of that was the animation department, and the real strength of Gurren Lagann was its writing by Kazuki Nakashima. So we don't really credit anybody more than Nakashima and the production team actually on it these days, not the actual production house.
Train kept it rolling all night long. Train kept it rolling. Now, can you imagine that thing turned into a robot?
I'm checking now because we have to see.
If Logomon becomes a giant robot.
Also, I somehow missed a few of these. Weird. Probably because I haven't had any reptile types in a while to actually level up from Rookie for that. I don't know how I missed Shomon. There he is. One of those is Grand Locomon. I don't know what the other one is.
I'm looking that up real quick. Ground Locomon or High Andromon.
Great. Wow.
Ah, this guy.
Yeah, High Andromon's a known factor. Like, he was an early produced Mega because Andromon was an early Digimon.
Wow.
Okay, but Grand Locomon, that looks awesome.
Yeah, that
There
was
you are.
in Runaway
I thought I'd
Locomon.
never see you again. You worry too much. You sound just like my dad.
Queen Natalie, is Diebuster any
You
good?
aren't the one who's been waiting
No.
for 8 years. 8 years. Do you even
It's
know
weird.
what that's like? Anyway, you'll understand once you see. Making anime has always been my dream. I saved up enough money making videos and made that dream come true. Wait, what? Seriously? Hiruko, that's amazing!
Anime Janai?
This'll all make sense once you see it, but anyway, what I'm trying to say is the focus of my dream changed. After you disappeared 8 years ago, my new focus changed into trying to reach you, to find out where you've gone. That's why I need you to see what I've done. I've worked really hard these past 8 years. It's supposed to air tomorrow on that screen there. So I don't want you disappearing again until it does. No matter what
did you
happens.
see
Are you
where
serious?
go,
The
just
Digimon Beat
make
Break
sure
thing?
You come back,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, that's the thing in the game.
Okay.
Like they're
promise.
just watch
We better get
Digimon
going.
Beat Break.
But we have to be sure to be back here
That is
tomorrow
going to
without
age
fail.
poorly in a few years, depending on how that
Time
series
to meet Grappleomon at the gate in
pans
Rebellion
out.
Village.
Tron, wouldn't it be funny if Locomon and all the Trailmon variants combined all like Grand Liner style? That would like I would kneel. I love Grand Liner. So like you give me a Digimon that's like Grand Liner and
So how is the time travel in this game? Keep in mind, I have a low expectation for time travel as a story device, excuse me, in Japanese-made material because so many of them overcomplicate and contradict themselves. Here, it's admitted even they don't know what's going on, so aren't quite sure certain of the rules, so that looseness is permitting more to be done with less contradiction.
right
Which is one of the big problems of Japanese use of time travel. You set up the rules in such a way that you instantaneously break them.
yeah, because like with here, the big mystery is like what really kickstarted all this in the first place. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
is it like what's the origin point of everything else going wrong? And our travels through time aren't the most
like we know the Shinjuku Inferno is gonna happen, but how did that even? But at the start of the game, how did everything lead up to that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like this is the alternate 8 years. This is the alternate present where there is a Digimon safe district, and then there's a hostile district where everything else is going down, as you can see from the Tokyo Metropolitan Building having one tower broken. And for all we know, this is the normal present, just with other context we didn't have before. Or it's an actual alternate timeline.
Oh no. Alright. Let me guess, the brothers are gonna fight and then timey-wimey shenanigans are gonna happen?
Probably, because this is the sort of thing which would trigger one of those time rewinds. Queen Alley, I guess the D-Reaper finally won. Why has the D-Reaper not been used as reused as an enemy?
Because I swear, like, fighting the D-Reaper in one of these kinds of games would actually be, like, pretty cool. Because that thing was terrifying, right?
Yep. It's like, fuck, I'm forgetting her name. Bridget Hoffman sold that.
Yes, as Scary Jerry. Like, the minute you saw, like, the Jerry come back and her skin was different, and you're like,
Not skin, like, her gaze.
yeah, her gaze was different, then you're like, something's wrong here. Guys, I think we left Jerry back in the digital world.
Like, enemies that are in some way or another emotional vampires are always pretty twisted.
What's going on here?
That was crazy. I thought I was a goner.
Kellismon went berserk mid-match and started attacking the spectators. Lots of spectators have been hurt, or worse.
It looked like the challenger was saying something. Maybe he got in the undisputed champion's head. He was some newbie from somewhere. I think his name was Leomon.
Leomon fought Kellismon?
I'm not sure I'd call it fighting. They were just talking for the longest time. And then Kellismon went berserk, holding his head like it was in pain.
Okay, so somebody
I
got
don't know
mind
what was
screwed.
said, but that's what happened.
Is Leomon okay?
I don't think so. Leomon got tossed around like an old rag.
No way.
I love how X-Vmon talks like
They're
he's a
brothers,
Muppet.
aren't they?
Knowing what I saw from
This is
spoilers,
our
I
fault.
swear
We
these
shouldn't have
are
let
these are more
Leomon go
Royal Knights
alone.
Undercover, like with the Omnimon from earlier in the game.
If I really do have some kind of power, I wish I could activate it now. Please.
Uh-oh.
Look at that.
I mean, all you need to do is survive to the end and then send the bits yourself you need to trigger these back to yourself.
The dark shadow responded to
Which
your
means
call.
there's no
It
paradox.
seems you're getting close to your true awakening. Gaze into the abyss within the dark shadow. The abyss shall gaze back into you.
All you can do is to look within yourself and change your own actions. That's all. Another death of a Digimon with the potential to become an apostle. The Akashic vision will be screened momentarily.
Yeah, so basically, smack Grapleomon down, make sure he doesn't run off until we can be there with him.
In the land of Iliad, the Bearmon brothers shared an inseparable bond. The little one admired his big brother's strength and courage, and the big one cherished the timid younger brother. They both swore to become strong fighters, and sharpened each other's skills as time went on. Yet, calamity befell them one fateful day. The day the Titans attacked the town the brothers called home. Though the brothers fought valiantly, they lacked the strength to put up a real fight. They were wounded in battle and chased out of town. In the ensuing chaos, they were separated from one another.
They were very, very angry.
Too soon.
Thus did time pass.
Too soon, man.
His promise to his older brother. The timid younger brother grew into a valiant warrior. He continued to search for his big brother, but there was no trace of him anywhere. The sadness from losing his brother eventually turned into rage, and little Bearmon's hatred of the Titans grew
He lacked
even
the
stronger.
bare necessities.
Bears.
And the only way he found
Stop,
he
bears!
could deal with that hatred was with his fists. By the time the two brothers were finally reunited, all that awaited them was gut-wrenching tragedy.
Seriously, why is Kumamon not in this game? This would have made this entire thing more hilarious.
Oh, it's this place.
Grapleomon, he's still here!
So, yeah, change what you're gonna say.
What are you talking about? Where else would I be?
And that must be Hiroko.
What should we do? We can't let you do this alone.
So remember, kids,
What?
if you
know
go
what
off
you're
and talk
thinking.
anime with your
But if
friends,
you go on to
then
fight
the universe
Talisman,
gets fucked up.
You're gonna die!
You don't know that. Not before I've even given it a try. Ever since I was little, all anyone could ever talk about was how great my big bro is.
It's not right for siblings to hate each other. Family isn't something you should take for granted. Don't you see that? Do you have any idea what I'd give to see my brother again?
What?
If you only realize that after they're gone, then it's too late. So let's go. Not to fight, but to help your brother. Please.
All right. I get it. I'll stop trying to do this on my own. No need to worry. Now, let's get over to the
Okay, so
Paradise
yeah, the
Coliseum.
chat was right. Something bad did happen to a Leomon. Grapleomon's fighting his brother.
Yeah, all they said was that he attacked the crowd, not that anything else more severe happened than that.
Well, no, they also said Grapleomon got tossed around like a rag doll. So I'm just imagining like him being hit every time he's smacked around. It's like a chew toy like noise, like a. Okay.
Like Goku from the Bridge series.
Yeah.
The Bridge series.
Exactly like that. Okay. You got me. But that last punch, you can't stop this one. AJ5, she's right. Digimon shouldn't fight. Not like this.
Not like this.
Ain't Justice. I think I asked this last time. Are there any shows or movies you guys are gonna catch up on during holiday break?
We're gonna try and rewatch Saber. We've been watching Maji Ranger. We're actually gonna do a bit more of that after we finish tonight. Streaming tonight, possibly a bit more tomorrow. We still have to watch The Evidence in Shadow Season 2 for the Jun Fukuyama cameo. I want to show them I Quit Heroing, because oh my, was that series climactic narrative a big influence on the direction the Code Geass reviews. Like, more so than the King Odra clips. Like, the King Odra clips were just fortuitous in how serendipitous they were with the entire argument I was making with that.
I can't believe we're almost halfway there to rank 7.
Closer and closer.
And then once you hit rank 7, you're just gonna go on a mad
evolution spree.
Yeah.
So close and yet so far.
Queen Natalie says Kamen Rider Saber was good.
Yeah, it's like the problem was just like the stopping of the subtitles and just the timing, because we started missing a couple weeks because that was right around time when we were finalizing the move, and then that happened, so we never really properly caught up. And then recently I bought basically all the swords.
Because we need swords. All girls need to have access to cool swords. I don't care, like, if anybody says anything otherwise. Swords are cool. If somebody says swords aren't cool, cut that person out of your life. They are being negative Nancy.
It's like, I am legitimately going to make it a project for 2026 that I am going to make a bunch of prop swords that will just snap together like a model kit. Not just the, oh, we made this model in Blender and then we slice it apart into pieces so you have to line them up together. No. I'm going to make ones that snap, fit together. Or in case of the Star Beast sword, one that does the retractable lightsaber blade thing.
Black Treasure King, I'm not sure if you're interested in this, but have you heard of the anime Sentence to be a Hero?
No, there's a X be a hero thing going on with a lot of series, so I might have heard of it, I might not have, and confused it with other things.
Anyways, we gotta go fight Brother.
If I didn't care for Saber watching with the RBT crew, but I still might check out that Deep Sin movie. I heard they had a bunch of issues with just the opening themes, and that kept putting them in a sour mood. And it's like, with Saber, watching it week to week was not fun, especially right around the Christmas episodes. The Christmas climax episodes were like the worst, and we dipped from the show right around then. But then we got back into it by marathoning episodes later on to catch up, because we saw some interesting things in previews.
Or I remember I was like, hey, let me just catch up on Saber to see if did I miss anything, and then I was like, oh, this is actually kind of legit, and then I showed.
Yeah, because marathoning the series together created a completely different viewing experience for us.
Right,
and it's a few Toku series that are considered bad or questionable, where when viewed together in marathons, you're keeping track of the plot points better, where they end up being a lot better.
Right, so the moral of the story is, if you come across a show where you think, hey, this plot point is bad, or watching it week to week is a slog, but you kind of like it, I would recommend rewatching that show in a marathon, because sometimes, sometimes
they're legitimately that bad, and you can better tell because what's annoying you all flows together.
Right, but then other times you're like, oh, I can see what the picture they're doing is.
Yeah, because all the early cameos of characters that become relevant later, you don't really necessarily remember that in a week-to-week format where you're constantly being distracted by other things, but that you catch it more when you're seeing them together, so they come along a lot faster. And just that's how some series read better than others. Like, Kyoryuger is a really fun watch in marathon format, whereas people week to week, I don't know what they were. I didn't see the same complaints they did, and they were delegitimized over time. Like the Daigo over focus thing. If you actually pay attention to the show, Daigo only has focus in story arc episodes there are a lot more story arc episodes in Kyoryuger, but it's not 90% of the content, as it would be the problem with following Red over Focus Sentai. But it's like, I tried marathoning episodes in Ninja with the RVT crew, and no, when they were as sick of it as I was, and no, marathoning did not help with the Ninja, it made it worse.
Because then, like, you're putting up with, like, the annoying like, non-stop, you know?
Yeah. It's like, they and I stopped with the Ninja around the same time, and then they said, fine, let's marathon it to finally get done with it, and I joined with them for those watch streams, and it's like, what was even the point of this?
Bradley Harris, I know you dislike Den-O, but I started watching it on a whim. Would you say Den-O is slightly better than marathoning it?
I marathoned Den-O originally, and I found back when I originally watched it, I found the characters really insufferable. I say, if I were to rewatch it today, I probably wouldn't have as many of complaints, as I've recontextualized my issue of every Imagine beyond Momotaros and the Imagine ensemble are insufferable and undermine the show. It's like, if each of them had a separate partner, instead of them all gangbanging Ryotaro, then it would be different. It was like a partner double act between Momotaro and Ryotaro. I probably wouldn't have my animosity with the show.
Because, like, I don't think Momotaro's in of himself is bad. Like,
no, he is definitely the best of the Imagine. He just gets the most hate because he is the face of that series.
Right, but, like...
But it's like, the other thing that annoys me is just the time travel stuff with that series as well, because it's part of my pattern of Japan does not know how to do time travel stories well. And especially Yasuko Kobayashi, because if you pay attention, like, that was the third series, where she's had time travel be a major piece to its central narrative, and yeah, she gets worse with it every time. It's like, every time Kobayashi repeats herself with something she's done before, it's a worse rendition. Time Ranger, probably the best, because the central focus of the time travel is they travel to a previous point in time. And then, time holds.
Because, like, there's, like, so many shows that are borderline for me because my tastes are just different. Or, like, you have to vibe with, like, what it's putting down, right? Like,
Whereas, when something seriously irritates you about something, it becomes a grain of sand in some place uncomfortable.
Like, I don't mean to keep bringing this up. It's just, when I saw people saying who watched Lelouch the Resurrection and liked it, like, I had to, like, I legitimately do not get what they like about it, and some of that frustrates me because what am I not, like...
my best sense is they were not on the same journey we were with the series. They don't have the same contextual complaints, and they probably weren't as critical about the core series and its problems, which were massively exasperated in Resurrection, to show that they were being given lip service, but no proper resolution. Because Resurrection isn't just bad in what it does, but in what it fails to do that needed to be done to properly resolve everything left unsaid or undone. It is a failure in a anniversary return movie because it addresses none of what was left on the floor abandoned, and in fact does everything it can to sidestep actually addressing those matters. So it becomes a case of, why did you try in the first place if you were going to screw up everything?
Before I answer Bradley Harris's question, I'm going to answer this new person. Dane Sakata. Hey Shinta, I'm Dane. I was wondering, do you have the new Blue Eyes support from the Blue Eyes structure deck?
We did buy those, right?
I think you did?
I bought those. I have no idea what I did with them, but I'm pretty sure I bought them. I just never did anything with it because we're not big on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game these days.
It's like, they're basically asking because they know how much you love Blue Eyes.
Oh, yeah. It's less a hard love, it's like, I found that the archetype I am most attached to by just how well I tend to play them. I have no idea if this is even the way down to the arena.
I think you're going the wrong way. I legitimately think you're going the wrong way. You want to pull up the map? Yeah, you're going the wrong way.
Way the wrong way. The giant Kokuamon statue. Looks like there were multiple ways down to the arena floor. This is probably like I probably sidestepped something like a elevator is out of order thing.
So yeah, back to what Bradley Harris was trying to say. I mean, I know you're pain like this. I'm the same with Ryuki. I genuinely cannot see what makes people put that series on such a high pedestal and worship it.
Which is weird because Ryuki from the start was a very divisive series. Because it does so much wrong that it legitimately becomes a case of anything that is in any way resembles Ryuki is better than it. Anything that Ryuki tries to do that someone else does, the other series is better. I generally think it's a case of people didn't pay attention to any other series that was similar to Ryuki to understand that it's a Battle Royale but X series in the same way that Sword Art Online is. And that it was part of a fad of doing just Battle Royale but X because Toei only knows how to copy things that were popularly made by other people. And Ryuki is one of those series that does not evolve or grow past that influence, so it is legitimately a terrible series. Before even getting into Shinji Kido keeps causing the very problems he wants to stop, and the end of every major character in that series comes from dramatic irony. In that they fail at their pursuit just to make their deaths ironic. Which, to add to the irony, was completely accidental on the parts of the creators because that ended up... What they planned for that kept changing because Shirakura nonsense. Like, Ojo was supposed to die with the debut of Knights Survive, as one example. And then they kept him around because he was more popular a character than the protagonist of the show because people hated Shinji Kido.
Okay, P968. I was thinking about the main protagonists of the Digimon series and how they're becoming less interesting as time goes on or more annoying. I can see the 2010s. It's a little bit more to blame for that.
Yeah, because like first 5 Digimon series were all early, mid, late 2000s.
Queen Adley, I hope after this Garo prequel season we can finally move forward in the franchise after the Moonbow Traveler and Heir to Steel Armor.
I have still not seen Moonbow Travelers because there wasn't an easy way to ever really see it. But thanks to Media Blasters, we're finally going to be getting it on Blu-ray, so I'll be all behind that.
Oh.
Trent, don't know about other countries, but as Vietnamese, Ryuki is our first exposure to Kamara, so our community tends to hold up as both a reference point and as a pedestal. Fair, it's like, Wing was the first Gundam series over here. People are divisive on it because of that. Not necessarily holding up on a pedestal, but people have a special place for it because of that. Everywhere else, though, Ryuki, no, that was intended as a deliberate franchise killer. Black Century King. Plus, it doesn't help that Shinji became an actual character and, ironically enough, ZO. Then Keats came along and said our take is better. Which... Geats basically just acknowledged the fact that the Ryuki characters are ciphers for conflict, which they are. And mind you, that was a forced into existence cameo by Toei because of the Ryuki anniversary, because they already had the Ryuki anniversary event during ZO that they couldn't justify doing another one. So, in Geats' case, it was shoved into a movie that shouldn't have included them in the first place. So that's all just Toei bullshit politics going on there. Queen Natalie, Dragon Knight literally fixes 99% of Ryuki's problems, which for the English fandom has increased the degree of discourse over Ryuki. It's like Japan, Ryuki forgotten. Certain areas where Ryuki was a big thing, Ryuki is remembered. People who came into the series in the wrong place or heard a lot of news about what Ryuki did positively to cause shifts in how the franchise told its stories. They think it's a seminal series, not realizing that it's a seminal series in that it broke a bunch of things irreparably, so they had to find out how to do other stuff because of the damage it dealt. It's like everybody comes in from a different place, and kind of like with the resurrection thing. It's like, and if you're not there for the long haul, you don't always get the context of what was despised, what was liked, what was needed to be done.
Alright, let's get to that arena.
Yep. Because it's like, I didn't quite go into my review of Ryuki blind to all the fandom discourse, but around it, but I was aware that, like, there were lines about it. And I watched it, I reviewed it, I found my line. And I went back when I reviewed it, I did say, had they not focused on Shinji Kito as the protagonist and allowed the show to be about Ren and his struggles, it would have been a far better show, because Ren makes for a much better protagonist for that sort of situation, because Shinji does not have a moral stand or legitimate involvement in the series in the way you would expect of the sort of protagonist that he is. Shiro Miya did what he did far better because he was an actively involved participant. He just had his morals, which allowed him to have a line about what drove him to fight, not being a moral objectionist in a situation where concluding the war quickly is the fastest way to prevent any greater degree of casualty, so staying uninvolved and keeping the war going is the absolute worst thing you could possibly do. And it's like, apparently the final nail in the coffin, just with Ryuki stuff, for people who don't know, the final arc of the series was supposed to be Ryuki versus Taiga, in Tiger's whole false wrong heroic idealism versus Shinji's, like, non-committalness. Shinji's refusal to commit being called out more and more by Taiga corrupting the depiction of a hero, and they didn't go with that because no one was on Taiga's side of the moral argument. Everybody saw everything there as the hypocritical situation that it was, and the railroading that it was against older philosophies of heroism, and they couldn't follow through with it. So then even the entire moral argument about Ryuki is basically nothing because they never followed through with it.
Anyway, let's finish this. chapter, shall we?
The entire moral stance of the series was a lie.
Oh, great. We have to beat up more people.
Bradley, to be honest, your show sees the kind of mental gymnastics Ryuki stands go to defend their show at all costs. It needs to be seen to be believed. Oh, I was there, and even my opening statements about Ryuki were about how there were merits, they just get drowned out. And other things that were legitimately... Ugh. Again, the way it does things is done so many better... It is done so much better in so many other series to make Ryuki irrelevant. And that's really why it's still on the worst series of Kamen Rider lists, legitimately. Not just because it's a bad show, but because, unlike a bunch of the other ones, they're not necessarily uniquely bad, but they're not bad in such a way that you can just watch a different series with a similar premise and get a better event out of it.
We've kept you waiting long enough. The fighters will now enter the arena.
Oh, is Edamon running both of them?
That's a load of bull.
And a Matador.
Oh my gosh, is that guy from Shin Megami Tensei?
Which guy from Shin Megami Tensei?
You know, Matador.
Which guy from Shin Megami Tensei?
Listen, do you want to keep going back and forth like this all night?
Third base!
No, I did a grand slam home run. Chicago wins.
Also,
complete.
Canon has one N. Canon with one N is continuity. Canon with two N's is artillery.
So, but I do have a head cannon, and I refuse to use it.
Queen Natalie, Gaiden Geats are only improved versions of Ryuki. Madoka Magica is an improved version of Ryuki. Fate Stay Night was in development before Ryuki, just released after, and it is quintessentially everything that Ryuki is not.
Really good.
And it's like, once you see anything Fate related, it's like, the deficiencies in Ryuki are just magnified.
Trident Revolver!
How did you miss?
Very carefully.
Atomic Inferno! Atomic Blaster!
Great.
Aegismon does whatever an Aegismon does.
Queen Alley, okay, sorry, Bradley, it's true, I have my process Shiro Miya as a character, but he is leagues more tolerable than Shinji Kito. Yeah, he is Shiro Miya is a distorted person taught by a broken man who could not fulfill his ideals, and Shiro, hung on to them so long that, depending on the route, they became self-destructive, or crystallized into something truly majestic, but he has to go through character growth to actually realize or be drowned by them. Or as is the Heaven's Feel route, give them up for something better.
Right.
The advantage of the multi-choice protagonist is you have to have them actually make a choice and commit to their decisions, right or wrong, instead of waffling about them constantly to the point that they always make the wrong decision. Yeah. Which is again the Shinji Kito problem. And hell, even just to go back to that, every Kamen Rider series after Ryuki that has a Shinji Kito-like character, like Gatak and Tycoon, they always depict him as making the wrong decision in such a way that it immediately acts as karma against that person. As if the larger franchise is showing how much of a failure Shinji was.
We kept you waiting long enough. The fighters will now enter the arena.
Game on. So it's called Mammothmon. Oh, Piedmon. Kill him. I need you to kill Piedmon first.
I don't have Magna Angemon in the party.
I don't care how you do it. I just need that f***ing clown dead.
Trying. Shiro's depiction of UFO tables of Unlimited Blade Works was hampered in that they skipped most of his inner monologue and therefore a lot of nuance. Fair.
Like, no, like, I really like the Ufotables, like, Fate Stay Night adaptations. But, like, I will agree that, like, something, like, you can still gain a lot from reading these base visual novels.
Which is accessible.
Yeah, more than accessible than ever. Like, you can just go on Steam or your Switch right now and download it. Like, it's not hard at all. And also, I'll bring this up every time. Let's go. Also, I'll bring this up again. Like, if somebody ever comes up to you and says Fate is way too hard to get into, just play the first visual novel. It's right there. It tells you everything you need to know.
What is wrong with starting with a franchise from the start?
I'm grateful.
I never get that with people. Why don't you start from where the franchise started? That's not difficult, and usually the first, the origin point of something is how you get context to why people like it so much. Well, okay, so some franchises just grow so large that you can't really realistically do that. You can't really start with the first Super Sentai series. You can't really start with, well, you can start with the first Kamen Rider series, but they've been around for so long that they evolved to be so different than what they started out as. There are still jumping on points with each era.
Queen Natalie, I am the bone of my sword. Steel is my body and fire is my blood. I have created over 1,000 blades. So as I pray, unlimited blade works. Like, seriously, that whole chant is like that's kick-ass. Like everybody thinks they're like hot shit, and then like the guy in the red coat starts chanting and starts throwing blades at you.
From what I can tell, the original visual novel scares people off because they see it as a massive time sink that may or may not be worth it.
But
More
like,
so than the anime, which is made to be equivalent in length.
like, or it's you're going to be investing time in either one. Like,
does reading actually scare the people?
Right, oh look, reading, woo.
Like, okay, the only reason I haven't read through the actual manga versions of Iruma-kun and, Red Ranger Isekai is a lack of time. I am going to be resolving that when I go on vacation. Okay, I will be eventually when I go on vacation. The first week I won't have available because I'm actually getting LASIK surgery to fix my eyesight. But once it is safe for me to read after that surgery and I got my eyes fixed, I'm going to be doing that. Yeah, you guys have been hearing me complain all year about my vision issues with how tiny text is. I'm making good on getting that addressed. Because we tried to get my my glasses prescription updated. The updated prescription was so bad I couldn't read anything 3 feet in front of me. And with how old my glasses are and I can't find a good frame that fixes that, yeah, I decided to just go in for a consultation this last week, and I'm a good candidate, so we're getting that done and at the end of the year.
Like, Judgment Malone, also about Fate, I wish they would do a full Fate remake. I agree. I really like the Dean Stay Night version of the Fate route.
But the Dean Stay Night adaptation has to be acknowledged that they thought they were only going to have one shot to do the entire visual novel, so its amalgamation of elements of the other routes is not ideal for a proper representation of that route, but understandable in that context.
Right, so a route, like an anime adaptation that does the full proper, route, because if anybody tells you the Fate route is the worst route, that's not the case. Some really kick-ass stuff happens in Unlimited Blade Works and Heaven's Feel, but that wouldn't be as awesome if the Fate route wasn't awesome to begin with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
it's supposed to be the intended entry route and the one where it's Shiro's best ending in that it's a promise to always live by and stay true to your ideals. It's a refutation of what goes on in the other routes in breaking down idealistic heroism and saying that idealistic heroism is not bad, you just need to not ultimately be betrayed by what you believe in.
Queen Adelie, I'm looking forward to Fate Strange Fate. Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Part of the problem with just a lot of those is a lot of the more recent anime are just not accessible because of the Aniplex bullshit that keeps going on. Yeah, I'm not fighting a literal fire guy with plants. Just like, no, that's a bad idea. Yeah, see, fire does nothing.
Right, so... He just...
Please.
Mad Dog Fire! Here I go! Mad Dog Fire! My thanks.
I will one day figure out what keeps fucking causing that with this computer. So yeah, we were, as to repeat what our, I don't know where it cut off, so I'm just going to repeat what I was saying before. For the longest time in the Digimon media, between the card games and the video games, Leomon's rookie form was Electmon. Just, like, through how they did it. And it's varied up over time, but just because there isn't really a good rookie cat Digimon to just take that over. If Gatomon was a rookie instead of champion, that would have been the natural point for that, but it's not what they ended up doing.
My thanks.
Trank, to be fair, Unlimited Blade Works good end basically has Rin make her own harem with Saber and Shiro and is the best ending next to Saber last episode. Fair. Like, I won't argue that. The only thing that could make it better is just having Sakura more in the picture because, you know, big sister thing.
Yeah, but
There's kind of a big oversight for the Unlimited Blade Works route just in general. I know they were leaving it off the table just to make Heaven's feel even heavier, but goddamn, that is a common fanfiction rewrite where they do the Unlimited Blade Works route, but also add in the Heaven's Feel stuff so they can save Sakura.
Yeah, because Sakura needs saving. That girl, like,
and just with Rin's character, like, she's egotistical, but there is no way she would just leave Sakura to be abandoned all that time.
Yeah, like, I remember that part where Rin just, like, kicked the door down, like, gave Shinji a swirly, and, like, just left him there. And then she's like, no, Sakura, you're coming home with us.
What about Spotamon and Lomon? I have no idea what those are. Like, probably Digimon that have been introduced since we last really engaged with the franchise, and there's like 2,000 Digimon now. You forgive us for getting some of them.
Okay, yeah, I can kind of see why they're asking that.
I'm kidding.
How new is Spotamon?
Never thought you'd go so far to me, my big bro.
But yeah, if they want to include him in actual video games instead of how they do the various evolution routes. Let me just go into the field guide just to place that in as an example. Where are you? Yeah, like here it's Galmon, dog, Bearmon, bear, Lopmon, bunny. And this despite Elecmon being in the game. So you can see how it just diverged over time.
Or yeah, that also works. Like, this is what Leo might.
Yeah, that works too. But again, they have kind of just have to be in the games. And that's probably Sarismon right there.
Queen Natalie, I hope Ufotable does an adaptation of Tsukihime, because there's never been an anime based off of Tsukihime ever.
No, there is not. Not even that one I reviewed, because that really was not Tsukihime.
Yeah. I inflicted that upon you.
You inflicted that on me.
I needed the world to understand the horrors.
Which really, I don't think I did the best way of describing that, just beyond, oh god, they missed the point. Oh god, they kept missing the point.
Oh god, why do they keep missing the points? Stop!
Yeah, I'm kind of at a point where I need to evolve these.
Yeah.
I'll hope that spare Talmon will be of use.
Like, if anybody experiences Fate and they think Sakura's the worst, I think that person has no soul and must be sent to the pits of Tartarus. That might be a little bit extreme, but it must be done.
You will have words with them.
I will have words, I will set them down, and they will be educated. That's nice. Oh, Queen Natalie saying that they watched that review on vacation when it came out, so you know, it's nice to know that people watch your stuff.
Yeah.
Desmond Malone and oh god, Arquaid and Saber had the same dub actor. No, wait. Did they? I could be I thought Arquaid was voiced by Michelle Ruff.
Michelle Ruff, yeah.
Yeah, no, you're thinking of Bridget Hoffman, or no, not Bridget Hoffman.
Ayako Kawasumi in Japanese was Saber.
Yeah, and then like for Dean Stain, I think it was
Kate Higgins in the Dean Stay Night series, aka CC's voice actress.
Yeah, so yeah, Kate Higgins. That's who it was.
And then you might be confusing her with. You might be confusing here's where they're coinciding. Michelle Ruff voiced Saber in the Unlimited Blade Works film and Fate Apocrypha.
Oh, that explains it.
So they had them at the same time. We're not thinking of the first adaptations.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was replaced with Carrie Walgreen in almost all Fate media after this.
Right. Anyways, we gotta go beat something up.
Yeah, and then after we complete this challenge of the... Right, I gotta swap who's in the party. Because it was going with Dianamon in place of Flairmon because vaccine type fighter. They're free. Free!
Free as a bird now.
Yep. So much of what I have are vaccine types that not a lot is high level datas.
Desmond Malone, they need a Luvio route because poor girl is trying to steal a Taken Man. Like, girl, like, I'm sorry. Shiro's just into...
At least once they finally include her and stuff.
Well, she is... I don't know how much... Well, I think Luvia has potential to be a leading lady in a story, but she's mainly been support roles and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, she has.
But she is really funny. Like, the fact that she's an Ojo-sama, like with a, noble woman laugh, but she can...
And the rivalry with Rin makes sense just because of her soldier standing with the clock tower.
Yeah, but also the fact that she can wrestle you and, smack you down is hilarious.
She's a noblewoman from a family of assassins. That kind of just fits.
Oh, and also in Fate Grand Order, she's a pseudo-servant to the goddess of justice, Estrella. And her noble phantasm is her putting you on the scales of justice. You get attacked by Stardust before, she sends energy beams to attack you before picking you up off the one scale and doing a suplex onto the other. Like, full-on wrestling.
Wrong thing. Just trying to go to setup to change who was in the party. Alright, we should be good.
Yep. Hey Justice, I'm rereading a Digimon and Equestria Girls fanfic Digimon Codex. It's based off more of the 4Kids show Chaotix. Yeah, I mean,
I have no interest.
Yeah, I have no interest. I mean, it's cool that you're reading it. It's just
like My Little Pony burned me around the Starlight Glimmer period, so I've not engaged with anything from that since.
The fighters will now enter the arena.
Black Century King. The fact that Luvia reminds me of Karin from Street Fighter makes it even better.
Yeah, I can see that. Also, from a main team of red to a primary team of light. Do they evolve, or are they just like that? Lopmon is oddly bratty.
Totes broke a nail in the last match. That's like negative minus 1,000 aura.
This one has never learned the methodology of moment pride.
The horror. The unadulterated PG-13 horror.
Ready to launch.
Let's do this. Cradle!
How did Carriermon get this far anyway?
Very carefully.
Lunatic dance! Barrier tornado!
Sleep!
Please.
Tron, that scene in Hollow Ataraxia with alternate timeline Rin and Luvia arguing against Arvin on how they should treat Shiro is hilarious. It's like just three ladies arguing about how to treat their man, and then like Shiro's like, "Do I get a say in this?"
Just
No,
like Talisman
sit
to us.
down.
Listen to Agelmon. I can't stand to see family fight.
No. I'm gonna stop Big Bro myself! Big Bro! I know you're watching! Come on out, you traitor! You fool who sold your soul to the Titan!
Friend, why did you sell your soul to the
I'll
devil?
give you a beating you'll never forget!
Uh-oh, that's a big bear.
Is that Talisman?
Doesn't look right.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It might not look like him anymore, but I can tell.
Alexis, do you see it?
Big Bro.
His claws?
No, the arm cannon.
Bro.
Do you see it?
What?
That's
Oh,
it.
is it a cut?
Try to remember.
It looks similar to the Buggle Driver.
Tried my
Oh,
hardest.
yeah.
I wanted to be strong like you.
Like, turn
so
around,
I
put a
wouldn't
chainsaw
embarrass you
on
as
it,
your
and you're
little
good.
brother. But look what you've become now. What happened
You become
to you?
big, purple, and everybody's
Where's the
afraid
Big
of
Bro
you.
I admired so much.
He's become a flying purple leader.
Whoa, what's this? What's going on? The undisputed champion has totally lost it.
Big, meaty, bare hands.
Like, right now. Let the final match begin.
Preparations complete.
Bramble time.
Bramble bite!
Great.
Shoot. It would have been better with Talmon out for that.
Oh well.
I could save it. I'll have another turn to do that on.
Dance!
Oh no, Calcimon's virus typed here. Weird.
Oops. Phil, you'll be able to win.
Atomic Blaster!
Yeah, I was expecting it to be a corrupted vaccine type.
He sure is strong. And it seems like he gets stronger the more we hurt him.
Big Bro.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Focus on the gun on his right arm.
You're going down. Flyhander!
Get lost.
King of this!
Take this!
Gravel bite!
Tell me, big bro, how did it come to this? Why do us brothers have to fight? Big bro.
I was approached with a deal. If I let myself be modified, from then on, come what
There we
may,
go.
my little bro would be kept safe.
One day we'll
They
figure out what
said.
keeps causing that.
What?
That's why you joined the Titans?
Are you serious? No. Why? So this was all because of me. It's all my fault.
No, it's not your fault at all. That's just how much Talisman cares about you. It's a feeling I understand very well. If anything happened to you now, it's your big bro who would feel the most pain of all. Yeah, do it for your big bro!
For big bro. I'm sorry for being such a failure of a little bro.
Marsmon! There we
Always
go.
Pushing me to toughen up and stop being such a cry.
Yeah, this was Bearmod's original evolution, but he's
I
one of the
can
Olympus
finally
12.
make you proud.
Marsmon originally appeared in Digimon World 3,
Come at me! My fists will wake you up!
along with a bunch of the Digimon that are now part of the Olympus 12.
Marsmon looks cool.
Oh yeah.
Get ready! Atomic Blaster! Trident Revolver!
Renali, you've asked that before.
Big bro!
You've gotten so strong. Your big brother is proud of you.
I know, so don't talk anymore. We'll get you fixed up.
There are others who've been modified too. Just like me. Please, make sure
That's
no one
messed up.
else ends up like this.
Yeah.
I'm counting on you. Little bro.
Grapleomon found his brother at long last. Now a slave of the Titans, Callismon had been forced to fight in the arena. Grapleomon set foot into the arena to save his older brother. Yet, abhorrent augmentations at the hands of the Titans had transformed the once kind Callismon into a vicious monster. A brutal battle began between the long-lost siblings.
Oh,
When
okay.
the fighting had reached a climax,
Finale says, like,
Grapleomon digivolved into Marsmon
I think you guys
and
are
dealt
viewing
the
actually.
final blow.
Okay, that's my bad.
Yeah, I haven't played
Callismon's
Fate
mind
Hollow
and heart
Atarax
were
yet,
restored,
so
but
I
the
can't tell you
modifications
if
to
Hero's
his
the
body
strongest
could
by the
not
end of
be
it,
undone.
but I believe it.
I'm counting on you. Don't let any more Digimon turn out like me. Marsmon took Callismon's plea to heart. It was the first time his older brother ever depended on him for anything. Carrying on his brother's wishes, Marsmon swore to protect the world alongside his new friends. When all the apostles have gathered and this clock is fully lit, the sacred current's power will be freed in its entirety. Thus will the collapse of the natural order be halted. 8 apostles of Iliad remain. May the higher being watch over you, chosen ones.
Callismon's body. They couldn't undo the changes.
True. But I think we avoided the worst outcome. As long as you're alive, you can always try again. And, by the way, that was amazing, Agemon.
What was?
This time, it was like you made the time travel happen totally at will.
Well, I don't have complete control over it yet, of course. And I still don't know what that dark shadow is. But if I keep at it, I think maybe I will at some point. And when I do, maybe I could even save your little brother.
You know what? If he were alive, I bet the two of you would really get along great.
Yeah, that anime he loved. I wish I could watch it with him.
Agent Alpha. He was a huge fan. If we could all watch it together, I can't imagine anything that would make me happier.
I mean it, Inori. I swear. Someday.
Thanks, Agemon.
Of course, that goes for you too, Agent.
I'm part of a secret organization, are you sure? Even dressed like this? In black. Of course, not doing that one.
Of course! Come on, you're breaking our hearts! Why would you imagine you wouldn't be there?
Hey, how about we make a stop back at Rebellion Village? Let's check in with Marukimon and Dr. Simmons to see how things are going.
Having complete control over manipulating time. Agemon makes it sound so simple, all without knowing just how terrifying a power that would be.
Or, you know, if you're the guardian of time, it makes more
Too much
sense.
that defies logic has happened since meeting those two. Maybe it's too dangerous to ignore this any longer. We'll have to make a call soon.
Did you know my cell phone can become a gun?
Okay, it's 5:06. We're gonna call it here. And oh hey, we got new stuff.
Yeah.
Lots of new stuff. Broker's got a mission, Mars one, coffee shop clerk, evolution, agent skills. Let's go through some of that before we end the day.
Yep. 85, nice.
Spirit, attack, defense.
We're getting closer and closer.
Oh, I kept missing this.
Ah, yeah. But at least we're getting there now. Well, not now, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, Gardramon. We can go finally master Blimpon.
Yeah, this one took a while.
Blimp. And what? But then the Blimp could go even further beyond.
Oh, they can evolve already. And this is the other Stingmon that I was going to keep as Dino Beammon. Need to change its statting and get another XVmon. Seriously, Dino Beammon, it was in the original Digivice patch if you chose Wormmon as the natural evolution it came into. Just like, no one expected it.
Yeah, but it looks cool though.
Yeah.
I really do like how, like, you can see, like, equal aspects of both Digimon in the fusion in, like, either design.
Yeah.
I think Paedramon, like, just works out better because, you know, the guns. But, like, that works in a different way, you know?
Mm-hmm. Alright, that's it for us this week.
Alright.
I'll continue to troubleshoot the audio thing, figure out what the hell's going on with that. Yeah, later guys.
Later!